It's September 18 and I am at Jumbo Pass. As you can see, I watched the weather this time and it's supposed to be nice today and tomorrow, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna camp up at the top, so I'm excited for you to come along and we'll see the gorgeousness as we go. It's steep right off the bat and you're in deep, pretty thick woods here to begin with. But there's a nice stream and muddy. It's so great because I've been wanting to do this trail all summer long, but when the forest fires came and the smoke came, that kind of blotted out the month of August. So I'm so happy to be able to do this now. So gorgeous, even if it is fall. It's so funny because I had a pita sandwich at the trailhead there. I didn't want to pack it, so I decided to eat it. And I had a green pepper in it. And I carried that same green pepper with me on the Wonderland Trail in Mount Rainier. So, and now that pepper made its way to Jumbo Pass in British Columbia. I'll bet that's the most well-traveled green pepper ever in the history of green peppers. Anyway, he was very delicious. Oh man, where's a chainsaw when you need it? Oh, first glacier sighting. How inspiring is that? Lots of obstacles on this trail. Oh well, makes it funner. Wouldn't want to be on this path when that came down. If I read it correctly, there's like 2,200 feet of elevation gain over 4 kilometers or so. So I'm sure my huffing and puffing will keep the bears away. They will get scared off. I'm not worried about that. And speaking of which, the topic of conversation for this hike is fear. So stay tuned and you'll hear my thoughts on fear. Sure is shooting. Do those look like rain clouds or what? Or perhaps even snow clouds. I sure know how to attract the weather, I can tell you that. Oh, we're in for a fun ride. Well, it's gorgeous anyway. Do you see what I see? Oh boy, we got snow. And I'm not even at the top yet. There is something very peculiar about my pack this trip. It doesn't seem as heavy as it normally does. And I'm even carrying a bear canister. So either I'm getting really buff or I've left a terribly important item out of my pack. Oh dear. Oh, I guess we'll see when I get to camp. What's up? This trail has been quite delightful. The bears have left me lots of huckleberries, so I've been nibbling all along it. It's been so yummy. People ask me, Leanne, aren't you scared to go hiking and camping by yourself? And I say, no, not really. Every time I leave the house, just before I leave the house, I always read Psalm 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord,
He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation.
The view just keeps getting better and better. After driving 5 hours and hiking 3 hours, I'm not gonna let a little snow make me discouraged. By George, what's a little snow? After driving for 5 hours, when I got to the trailhead, I said to myself, "Oh, Leanne, what are you doing? What have you gotten yourself into?" But it was worth it all. Look at this majesty. I guess the lake is as good a spot as any to pitch my tent. Cardinal rule for wilderness camping is don't camp by the pathway. Lots of critters like to use the pathway as well. And of course don't camp by berry bushes. But it doesn't look like there is any up here. This is gonna be fun. See, this is the reason I come and do these foolish things and stay the night, to catch spectacular sunsets. I may not be an expert weatherman, but I do believe that these cloud covers are going to give me a warmer night tonight. So it's not raining or snowing. I'm thankful for that. And I think I'm thankful for the clouds as well. Getting in the sunrise. It turned really cold last night. I can see that the skies are clear now, so that's the reason. But I made it. Thanking God I made it. I made this granola. It's without any oil and it's really good. some sesame seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, skim milk or soy milk powder, sorry, and some coconut milk powder in here along with some raisins and freeze-dried strawberries. So it's really tasting good on this cold morning. Oh, look at my view as I eat my breakfast. So if you're a Christian and you believe in the creation story and Adam and Eve, I have a question for you. Why did they experience fear in the garden? Eve seemed to be fearful for lack of knowledge, and Adam was fearful to lose Eve, and they were both fearful when God was walking in the garden looking for them. Why were they afraid in a perfect environment? This is what early morning hiking gets you. Oh yeah. My hands are cold. Otherwise, I am so happy that I'm doing this. People stayed in that little cabin down there last night. You can rent it for like $90 a night, and it sleeps up to 8 people. But you have to reserve it online. It keeps on going and going. The further I go up, the colder I get. You can access Jumbo Pass from either Invermere side or Caslow side. And I came from Caslow. And some big shot yahoos want to turn this place into a ski resort. So that's one of the main motives for me hiking it this year, in case they start on that. And of course, us pristine wilderness hikers don't want that to happen. So we'll see, capturing it for posterity. There's my little tent down there. I'm glad it's finally getting some sun on it to get all the frost off of it. What scares me the most is looking at myself in the mirror in the morning. Oh, pretty scary. I survived the night, I will not lie. It was cold though the whole night long. I slept maybe 30 minutes, if that. And I even had a hot water bottle in my emergency blanket. But no more camping for me this year. If I ever do winter camping again, I need a warmer sleeping bag. Anyway, I'm so grateful to have gotten through the night, and now it's a glorious, sunny day. I am so happy. Something pretty funny happened this morning. When I got back from my hike, I found my wristwatch in the tent, so I put it on, and I noticed it said 8 o'clock. And I said to myself, it was 8 o'clock an hour ago. So I figured out that my smartphone is pretty smart. We are in a different time zone here. So in actuality, I thought I was getting up at 6:30 this morning, and in reality, it was 5:30 my time. So I'm heading out now at 9 my time, and I've already had a full morning. I tell you, smartphones are just too smart. What a gorgeous walk home this is going to be. You know, there are so many verses in the Bible that encourage us not to fear. Like, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will uphold you with my right hand. How beautiful is that? Another beautiful one is, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. How about this beautiful one? My peace I give to you, not as the world gives, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. For you did not receive the spirit of bondage again to fear, but of adoption, that we may cry out, Abba, Father. So he wants to help us in our fears. beautiful. Did you know that it also says in the Bible that we are to fear God? One verse says, "For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is also to be feared above all gods." In Ecclesiastes it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. For God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing." Honor all people, fear God, love the brotherhood, and honor the king. And in Revelation it says, saying with a loud voice, "Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made heaven and earth, the sea, and everything in it."
Psalm 89 verse 7 gives us a good idea of what it means to fear God. It says, "God is greatly to be feared in the assembly of the saints, and to be held in reverence by all those around him." So to fear God means to have reverence for him, and to treat him with deep respect, and worship him with awe.
Did you know that everything good and beautiful and perfect about God and his love towards us, Satan will always have a counterfeit? So isn't it interesting that God's end-time message in Revelation is to fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come? And Satan has taken that fear God and turned it into a literal fear. How many people are terrified of the second coming, of the end of the world? Satan is just so happy about that. I would like to encourage you not to be controlled by fear, by Satan's fear. When Jesus was walking on the water, he told his disciples not to be afraid. And when Peter was so scared and denied Jesus 3 times, and then Jesus afterwards asked him 3 times, "Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me?" How can you describe who God is? What is the one word that comes to mind? It is love, right? God is love. And so there is no fear in love, for perfect love casts out fear. So I would like to encourage you to put your trust in Jesus, because he loves you and he wants to help you through life. He's given us so many promises of to not fear. So put your trust in him. So I would like to propose that the reason Adam and Eve became fearful in the garden is because they lost their connection with Jesus. And once you let go of Jesus, Satan jumps right in there. So I hope this will encourage you to look to Jesus. would like to report to you that I never did forget anything important. I brought everything, so I must be getting more buff. But I also wanted to tell you that I had such a rough night also because I was on a slope, a bit of a slope, so I had to fight to stay on my mattress all night long. So that wasn't very fun. But anyway, made it through. When I chose the moniker, The Healing Hiker, I made sure no one else on YouTube had it, and they didn't, thankfully. But somebody had it on Instagram. So I'm the Healing Hiker 8 on Instagram, and 8 is the symbol for infinity. So I hope to be hiking forever. So I thought that was appropriate. So you can follow me there. And also last week I started the Healing Hiker Facebook page. So I post other stuff, more day-to-day stuff on there, if you're interested or not. And I also have a Patreon account. And so that's where I post my recipes for like $2 a month. You can get all my recipes, and there's other perks there too. Because then it would be nice, I can have money to do more excursions and more filming. So I thought I would set that up as well. I really appreciate all the comments and support and encouragement in doing these videos. It makes me want to do more when people appreciate it. So I thank you so much. I enjoy it thoroughly, and I'm so glad that others do too. I may not be going on any more campouts this year, but I certainly will be hiking some more. So until my next epic adventure, assalamu alaikum, shalom, peace.